like no one from India yet, so we can.
I can see Prakash. Prakash is here now.
Oh, he's here, but his connection is not good. He's traveling, so I'm not sure he can.
Yeah.
Let's see, Prakash. Prakash.
Good morning. Sorry, you are actually traveling.
Good morning, Prakash. Can you speak?
Yes.
Yes. Would you like to ask something, to talk about something?
Yes. I can start.
Okay, good.
When we see things, it appears that it is always constant. Actually, there is no changing, and at the same time, there is also feeling that multiple things happen at a time, like seeing and hearing together. It happens. So that is a kind of feeling and the opinion actually when I see on daily life experiences. But we always discuss one thing arises at a time.
Prakash, one reason for that is because of the rapidity of rise and fall and the continuity, no gap between one chitta and the next. So for life to appear like that, as though so many things happen at once, and seeing visible object does not fall away, sound is a particular sound, it falls away only after uh, we say this and say something else. It shows that this has fallen away, and all that sense of continuity is mainly because of the rapidity of rise and fall. What and that's how things will be perceived. And solidity as people and things is how we will try to explain our life if there's no chance to hear the Dhamma. Once we hear the Dhamma, then we know, because of the Buddha's enlightenment and because he taught us, that the world is different from this. That in fact, what appears continuous is not continuous. It's actually different chittas arising one after another so fast. And that it feels sometimes like seeing is happening and hearing is happening at the same time, and hardness is experienced at that same time, is because of this rapidity and because there's no understanding. There's no direct understanding, and which means at the level of vipassana yana, then only things get separated. Before that, it is going to be continuous. But in the meantime, we've heard the Dhamma, we can appreciate that that's not the way it appears to us is not the way it appears to the Aryan. To the Aryan, it's just one moment, one chitta arising to experience some reality or concept. So we hear that we appreciate it. It depends on our past accumulation. So once we hear, we know that this is how we understand at our level, at the intellectual level, that this is actually the way things are. Only one chitta at a time, experience one object, and that we need to hear more and understand better for this to become direct experience. So, if I may ask you, although it seems, as you are saying, that everything is happening at the same time, do you appreciate the fact that, in fact, it is not like that? In fact, it is only one chitta at a time experiencing one object. Do you at least appreciate that, this truth?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, that's the beginning. And that's why we're here to listen more and more to develop this understanding so that one day there can be direct experience and doubt can be eradicated.
Mm.
Is there only this moment?
Yes, Sajam.
Yes, is there only this moment? One moment only?
One moment after another moment.
That's why. What is your question?
The question was, though we hear a lot,
Okay,
um,
okay. Even though we hear a lot, how many moments?
you know, some moment
Are they the same moment?
it appears like same moment.
It appears, but in truth, we learn about the truth, the very subtle truth from the very beginning
Mm.
to understand that what appears does not appear as it is. For example, can there be just one moment to have doubt about it cannot change at all? It's just the same one which is experienced. Is it possible? Or one moment of experience as an object, the next moment is not the same object and not the same moment of experiences. Learn to understand the very subtle truth. Otherwise, how can there be birth and grown up until death? How come without from moment to moment? So very subtle. That's why learn to be true to the truth. Is it true? There cannot be just one moment, and the other moment is not the previous moment. The next one, see, always next, on and on and on, from moment of birth to moment of death. So how can that be anything not change at all? It changes each moment by conditions unknown. Is that right? Seeing now, it's just seeing a moment ago. Thinking now is not a moment ago. No one there at all. Learn to be true to the truth. Satya Bharami. What is real is real. What is true is true. Before seeing, there's no seeing. And then seeing arises and ceases and then gone, isn't it? That's why life is not permanent at all. Each moment is conditioned to arise and falls away instantly. Is it true?
um Ajan, in real not able to experience those.
Excuse me, who's the Buddha and who are we? Who am
Mm.
I? And who's the enlightened one? Forget about the difference between ignorance and the great high, very lofty understanding of the truth in all aspects. So many aspects about the truth of this moment to be learned, to be true to the truth, until the truth can be realized as the enlightened one, the Samma Sambuddha, and his Savaka, the listeners, not just to understand the truth, but develop the right understanding as he had realized and developed the parami to the moment of enlightenment. Is it possible to understand the truth, be true to the truth, on and on and on and on, of each moment? No one. So, is there anyone? Be true to the truth. And that can be realized when There is a little more understanding, developing each moment of understanding to be true to the truth, only to the truth, as it is. So what is this moment? It's not previous moment. It's not future moment. One by one. No doubt now. Seeing now is not seeing just a moment ago. That which is seen cannot be the same that is seen a moment ago. Is that right? I begin to understand the difference between ignorance and understanding. No one can understand the truth without attending to the truth right now that is true. We just talk about that which is this moment conditioned. As soon as it has risen by conditions, it's gone, never to arise again at all. It's gone. Absolutely. It cannot arise again. So how can there be someone or something? Learn to be true to the truth of each truth appearing little by little, to understand what is meant by enlightenment to the truth right now. But there must be hearing, considering, understanding deeper and deeper and deeper, that it can be realized because it's so true. If it's not true, it cannot be realized at all. But since this moment is not just previous moment, see, so that which is experienced is not the same, cannot be the same at all.
And Prakash, it's not a matter of just accepting it because you've been told this is what the Buddha said, but it can be tested out little by little now. For example, what is heard now, the sound that is heard now, is it the same or different from a moment ago? The hearing now, is it the same or is it different from a moment ago? The thinking now, thinking about the sounds, is it the same or different from a moment ago? So little by little, there can be beginning of understanding that the seeing now is different from the hearing now. The hearing now is different from a moment ago. Just one moment of experiencing at a time, different at each moment. And it can also be tested and out now, whether there is I that hears a lot, or I that sees, or I that thinks, or whether it is just a moment of seeing now which sees, a moment of thinking. Where is this I when we think that we have heard a lot? No I or we to hear anything in truth. And you say this is the general feeling and opinion. But what is opinion? It's just thinking about an idea of feeling, thinking about a sensation, thinking about what is right. But the thinking is real now. It's a Dhamma, different from a thinking a moment ago, different from opinions and ideas and thoughts about sensations and so on. So it can be a little more understanding the truth at this very moment, not just accepting a long story because we hear it's what the Buddha said, but what can be proved at this very moment. Is seeing constant now? Is hearing constant now? Is thinking constant now? If it's constant, what about the thinking that a moment ago completely gone, never to arise again? So it comes down to understanding of what is here and now, not the story in the book, but without considering for the first time that there are just these different dhammas, those that experience the object and those that don't experience anything, then there cannot be any considering of what is true at this moment. But it has to be tested. It has to be considered and understood. Otherwise, there will always be doubts endlessly, because other teachers will say the Buddha said something different, or we will read other things with our own way of thinking. But what about now? What is true at this moment?
And Prakash, you've heard all this before, but and still the question arises. So it means that only this, that there's so much ignorance and there's a long way to go until the understanding is deep enough. So the conclusion is just continue hearing and considering, and we have to consider from many aspects. What Achan explained was one way to consider it. What Sarah said, there's another way to consider these matters, and we have to hear a lot. We have to continue, right?
Well, I haven't heard Prakash questioning what's been said. I've just heard him pointing out that it can't be verified by direct experience.
But that's because when there's a moment of understanding, then there wouldn't be such questions, right? If there's a moment of understanding,
I think,
this
are
is
you saying that for the enlightened being, for the Sotapanna, for example?
No. Any moment now, even if there's any moment
I'm
of
saying
intellectual understanding.
The appearance of simultaneity of experiencing is going to be there, even for the enlightened being, because it's all happening so quickly. And the enlightened being, the Sotapanna, doesn't see in real time arising and falling away of every moment.
But he's not coming from that perspective. He's coming from the perspective of how it appears, as if what we are saying, that everything arises and all, is contradicting the experience. That's where he seems to be coming.
I didn't hear him say that, but maybe
okay,
I misinterpreted.
Maybe I misinterpreted. Yeah.
He just made a comment that that's how it appeared, and that's in the case, isn't it?
I don't know.
And you
Prakash?
can't unthink that. You can't unthink the fact that it seems that different experiences are happening all the time, no matter how happy we are to accept at a conceptual level the Buddha's teaching. We don't question his teaching that consciousness is momentary, but the verification of that is a long way off yet.
Yeah.
So
no, I was talking about the verification. I think Sarah mentioned testing here and now.
And that's what it is. There are different levels of verification. Even intellectual level is verifying at its own level. It's the understanding which verifies. It's not like some people, or even I used to believe before hearing Athanachan, that one hears the Dhamma and when one practices, then one verifies. It's not like that. There's verification in and of itself at each level of understanding.
Prakash, what I found so wonderful and helpful about the Dhamma when I started listening to it was that there's nothing that needs to be just believed on faith. It is all for testing out, for understanding at this moment, not just accepting blindly at all.
Yeah. I think I was coming from that context. You mentioned the sound, what was heard a moment ago, is sound, what is hearing now is a different. I think that testing differentiator is not there at this point.
So the sound now that is heard and the sound now heard, is it the same or is it different?
It still appears as the same.
So if it's the same sound, for example, one high-pitched, one low-pitched, or one sound that is afterwards.
Different words are different sounds, aren't
afterwards, there is thinking about different words, different meanings. Why? Because memory is marking different sounds. So the sound now that is heard when I speak, it's different from the sound heard now when I speak. Otherwise, there would be no idea of the meaning of the different words, the different sounds. So the sound is quite different. The sound when Jonathan speaks is different from the sound when I speak. And the sound at each instant when he or I speak is different. Different sound, different hearing.
And here you might also consider what we hear when we what means by conditioning. What is it to be conditioned? What Sarah just said, and based on what Thanachan said, it's like you know that it's different. The seeing is different. The hearing is different. It's different sounds that are being heard. That means the hearing must be different too. So here we may understand also one that when we hear about object condition, we know that it's a particular sound which conditions this hearing, another sound which conditions that hearing. So that is different objects, different sounds, different objects conditioning the chitta to arise. And it's different in different moments of hearing. The hearing is not the same, it's a different hearing each time.
Yeah, I think I can get this now. Thank you. How about for the seeing? How it is different from a moment
Same,
ago and now?
different colors all the time,
No,
right?
it won't appear like that when I look at
Right now,
your
there's so many
picture.
colors, right? Right now,
When I
there's
look
so
at
many
your
colors,
picture, it looks still same only.
but many colors, right? In that picture, in what you call that picture, many colors, right? And each one is must have conditioned one chitta, a different chitta.
And we don't have to think about the picture of Sukin or the colors in his picture, because this is thinking about a long story about what is seen.
It becomes thinking as the moment.
It's a lot of thinking. But what is seen now, is it the same as what is seen a moment ago? Not the same. What is heard is different. What is seen is different at each moment.
How do you say it is a different a moment ago seeing and now seeing, Sarah?
Like, look one way, look another way. Is the visible object the same or different? Look up, look down, different visible object at each instant. Even not looking up or down, still is different visible object that's seen.
Or even open and close one's eyes. Do you suppose that the object is still there waiting to be seen, the same object, or it must be different?
And isn't this life experienced at this moment? Because you mentioned in your original comments about life experiences. But the seeing now is the life experience now, seeing what is visible, different from the hearing another life experience, which is a sound now, different from the thinking another life experience, thinks about a different sound, a different impression at each instant. So life experiences are just moments of seeing, hearing, thinking, and so on, but without any understanding of seeing now, or hearing now, or thinking now, and what is seen, heard, thought about. It's just an idea. There cannot be any understanding of what is meant by life experiences. Like while I'm speaking to you, there's a fly buzzing around and different sound. Sound is different at each instant. So people think about life experiences in terms of situations and can never ever understand the truth of what the Buddha taught. It's only by considering what is true now, what is the reality experience now, what is sound now. Is it the same sound as a moment ago? Because when we say it's sound heard, it doesn't mean it's just the same sound at each moment. Each sound is different and it's heard exactly as it is. each visible object is seen as different, and it's seen differently. It's seen just as it is at each moment. The seeing sees clearly what is visible. The hearing clearly hears the sound that is heard, never the same. And when understanding arises, it understands that sound just as it is, that appears, visible object just as it is, that appears. So it all comes back to this moment. And in particular, understanding at this moment, no self that has life experiences or hears a lot or doesn't hear a lot. There are just these different moments of experiencing different realities, each one gone in an instant. Nothing to catch, nothing to be done at all.
But other forwarding to some same question. Now there is yeah, you explain different seeing, different sound, and then the habit is to mark that, okay, that sound was different and this sound is different now, seeing is different and now seeing is different, earlier seeing is different. Like it's getting to more thinking process. So knowing that okay, that is also, what can I say? It is another kind of thinking, on and on, may not be necessary. But it keeps going on, marking what is heard or thinking, or again marking the thinking, that thinking, and this thinking.
Yes, that is thinking about the story about it and
Yeah.
the idea of marking or doing something. It's not the understanding. Even with no thinking about seeing and marking and different moments, at this moment of seeing is what is seen, the same as a moment ago. That's the point. It comes back to understanding here and now, not to marking or trying to catch it or trying to work it out, but getting closer and closer to understanding that the hearing now is different from a hearing a moment ago. What is heard now is not the same as a moment ago.
The
What is
moment
touched?
you said understanding now, how is that? How that happens? How understanding happens? Or should we say this way, that way? That is not the right way to understand.
No,
That I
it's
know
not
it.
what,
Yeah.
it's nothing we
Yeah.
should do anything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
by beginning to consider for the first time in our lives that what is heard now is different from a moment ago. Is it true or is it not true?
True.
Is the sound a moment ago same or different? True.
Yeah, there is
is what is touched now, the hardness that is touched when touching the keyboard or touching the cold
paper,
glass.
yeah.
Is it same or different?
Different.
It's different. So it's not about what we should do, but by listening, considering, reflecting, it can be tested out what is true, whether it's true that what is touched now, touching here, same or different at each moment.
Yeah, it is different.
Different hardness it is touched, hardness, softness, a little bit hard, a little bit soft, heat, hot, cold. It's different at each moment. So this life goes on, not by I doing anything, but conditions for different moments of seeing, thinking, hearing, thinking, touching, thinking, one at a time, different realities experienced at each moment, but it's here and now. So the understanding now is what gradually lets go of the idea of I seeing, I hearing, I marking, I should do this, I should do that, because there are just these different dhammas arising and falling away.
So Prakash, what do you understand by now? When you hear the word now, what do you understand?
Now is hearing and seeing.
Right. So
Mm.
now is defined by what is appearing, right?
Yeah.
So that, and hence it makes sense that understanding what Sarah keeps reminding us, that it's understanding now. It's understand only because understanding can only ever understand what is appearing. If there's thinking, thinking is the now, which is appearing and can be understood. If there's hearing, hearing is to be understood. If it's visible object is what is now to be understood.
The notion of self arises when we say, okay, there is a sound heard or seeing things, and now you mention what is now to be understood. Again, it brings back to someone understands something happening
Right.
now.
So if the notion of self, if self arises, that time is the reality then to be understood.
Hmm.
It's only one
And it
chitta
just
after another.
isn't it just thinking that there is a self to do this or that, Prakash?
Yeah, looks like the sound is heard. Okay, someone or something is heard there.
Sound is heard now, but
Yeah,
like you said, instantly there's an idea of,
thinking.
I think, of a particular sound, the sound of Sukin's voice, or the sound
Yes,
of the fly, or sound of Sarah's voice, and
yeah,
it's something there. It's not
yeah,
just the sound, but there
yeah.
can be the considering and beginning to understand, actually it's just sound that is heard now,
Hmm.
different from the thinking about the story, the idea about it.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm sure Jan is ready to add more. Are you speaking, Jan?
In the meantime, maybe Prakash, you want to introduce this new person, Ruchu?
Yeah. Rajita ji, you're there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Hello.
Okay,
Hello, everyone.
hi.
Good morning.
Rajita is Dr. Advait wife.
Uh, Good morning, all of you. Is it okay if I close my video because I have a small kid with me, so things are
Oh,
risky
okay.
around.
No problem.
Understand.
Yeah.
I never
We'd be
open my
glad.
video.
We'd be glad to see the small kid too, Rajuta.
Maybe
I'll
maybe
make
once
some
you
basic
can
arrangement
face.
and I will show. Wait.
I
Okay.
didn't catch whose
Thank you.
wife are you, Rajuta?
Advaits, Dr. Advaits.
Dr.
Oh,
Advait
Advites.
wife.
Okay, yes, we
Yeah.
have met you before, I think. Yes, good.
May I on the
So
video? Jibri?
please. Hey, hello.
Say good morning. Hi.
Hi, hi. How are you? Where is your daddy today?
Oh, okay.
Daddy has not joined.
Request Daddy to come, okay?
Nice to meet you.
Can I off the video? There is a lot of noise
Please.
also
Yeah.
going on.
No problem.
I just don't want to be a disturbance.
You would like to ask anything, any question, Rajita ji?
Right now, no. I'll just be I'll just off the video and audio, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
I was
So,
going to oh, go ahead.
so what is there in a moment now?
Seeing Gajan.
Being, know you.
Yeah, it is there.
Learn to be true to the truth from now on. Is it you who see that is seeing? What is it? If we don't talk about it, how can it let go? The idea of I see all the time. each moment in life. That's why learn to understand seeing that it's a reality, isn't it? It's real and it says, so it's a reality. It is conditioned to arise to see, isn't it? Without the eye bears and that which impinge on the eye bears, they can never be seen. And sometimes seeing sees pleasant things, and sometimes seeing see unpleasant things. How come? That's why learn to understand what is there more and more, clearer and clearer. Understanding the conditions for arises right now. This is the only way to let go the idea of I see now, I think now, I like now, on and on and on in life from moment of birth to death. That's why be true to the truth from the very beginning, to develop the understanding of in truth, what is meant by reality, not anyone, because it's real. Seeing it's real. How can it be anyone or anything at all? It sees. That's why just this moment is not enough. Everyone understands this moment at the moment, but what is there to be this moment? So you now seeing is a moment of that which arises and experiences that which impinge on the ibis. Is that right? Be true to the truth. If there's no conditions for its arising, can it arise? Can they be seen? Not at all. And seeing just arises by conditions to see. As soon as it arises to see, it's gone. No condition more. So each moment is not permanent. Each moment is conditioned just to arise from birth moment, on and on and on. Each moment is conditioned until death. Even death is conditioned to arise to perform the function of death, not being this person anymore at all. As soon as the death consciousness has fallen away, no more what has been taken for I and things and were all gone. So in truth, each moment is all gone. Absolutely. Never to arise again. That's why learn to be true to the truth of each moment from now on, to let go the wrong understanding, ignorance, and clinging to what is there as I. But in truth, it's just a conditioned reality to arise, to see, to experience an object. Each moment is different realities. So now it's the Prakash or Sujin or Sarah, Jonathan, anyone, see, and much more than that, more subtle than that. Be true to what is seen. See, be true to the nature of that which can be seen. Because there is seeing right now. Be true to that which is seen. What is it? It cannot be other thing. It cannot be more than what one take it. One takes it for someone or something. What is seen is easy to say, but how much understanding of that which is seen? So now, please, what is seen? Only that which can be seen. Seeing cannot be seen. Hearing cannot be seen. So there is seeing right now. What is seen is now appearing, right? What is it?
Yes.
What is it? Which is seen.
Yeah. Different colors,
Yeah,
different shades.
that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one there at all. because it's just that which impinges on the eye base, otherwise it cannot be seen. So it's the world of conditioned realities, arising and falling away, on and on and on, and non-stop by conditions. So as long as there are conditions for whatever arises, it now arises, see, beyond anyone's expectation or imagination at all. No thought about what will be the next moment. Impossible. That's why learn to understand life, which has been taken for atta, the world of people and things all around, but in truth, only one reality, experience at a time. Is it true? Is it the beginning to let go of the idea of self or thing, atta? Right?
So,
No seeing, no prakash, no switching. Seeing is seeing. No cats, no dogs, no one at all. And seeing is conditioned just to see and then gone instantly, never to arise again. Each moment is the same by conditions. Is it true?
mm,
But now, prakash is seeing, switching is seeing. All depends on how much understanding of seeing and that which is seen begin to develop to be firm, to let go someone or something seen right now. And that's the moment of understanding the great virtues of the Buddha, the enlightened one. Because after his enlightenment, he taught, he shared his understanding with the others. He cannot give his wisdom to the other at all, but the words of truth from years and years ago of parami developed to the moment of enlightenment to the truth by conditions. So from now on, no matter what appears, it is conditioned to be seen or to see. That's why this moment is no one. But it is moment of that which arises and experiences the visible object or that which is seen, depending on what word we use. But nobody can change the nature of it at all. And at moment of hearing, see, different conditions for seeing, because sound is that which impinge on the ear base. The ear base is not the eye base, and the sound cannot impinge on the eye base because it's the only reality which can impinge on the ear base. Condition the moment of hearing right now. Very shortly, so very short. Imagine there are so many realities around, and just a moment of hearing is in between. How short it is. How great wisdom, how great virtues of the Buddha before his enlightenment, right understanding has to develop on and on. So now anyone who can enlighten to the truth has to develop right understanding truthfully to the truth. No one, what are there at any moment, are conditioned by different conditions. That's why Buddha taught about the condition for what is there now appearing. We learn little by little to be true to the truth, Satya Parami. Since it's so real, it says now, right understanding can understand it little by little, so very little by little, until it's so strong and so subtle enough, it realizes the truth. So now there are so many realities around, that which is seen, that which is thought about, and sound and visible object, they are mixed. not clearly known, until it can be object of development of understanding of its truth. So very short and so very little at a time. And it is this moment now, the beginning of understanding the truth, to be firm to the truth, never change at any time, because in a day there is thinking a lot about other things by conditions. What is thought about is that which is in one's mind. So strong, many moments, condition, thinking about it. But understanding the truth is not firm enough to condition even thinking about hardness now, as is real, it's experienced by a reality which experience it. See, learn to understand a little more of what is there in life, little by little. To have firm confidence of Dhamma. No one. Dhamma is whatever is real. That's why there are so many realities. Until the understanding of each one is a little firmer and firmer, to let go of the idea of self or atta from whatever is there from birth, not just in this life, eons and eons life before, and it would be eons and eons ahead if there's no understanding of the nature of the truth of what is there right now. Is this the only way to be true to the truth? Satya
Prakash,
Bharaman.
that's for you. Is this the only
Yeah.
way to know
Yeah.
the truth?
Yeah.
Because this has to be firm. Otherwise, we're
Mm.
looking for, whether there's another way to know.
Mm.
This is the only way.
Mm.
Yes, but we can say it's the only way because we know that's the right answer. But if there may be doubts, and that's fine, Prakash or anyone, because if there's not any understanding of what is true now, then there is no confidence that it is the right way. And one there is bound to be thinking, oh, what about all the other ways that all my friends talk about? So it's only by understanding that there can be the appreciation of it's the only way. Otherwise, we just say, yes, it's the only way, but we're not sure whether that's true or not.
Mm.
I can see that Advait has joined us now.
Yes, hello.
Hello, Advait. Good to see you.
Thank you.
I saw Vishal earlier on the screen, and last time he was having a discussion with Ajahn about meditation, and I was going to follow along, but I can't see him now because, like I said, if we just say, oh, yes, it's the only way, but then we leave the discussion and go and follow our meditation practices as usual, it shows it's not confident at all that the only way is understanding what is true now. And are you familiar, are you and Advait and friends, are you familiar with the word bhavana, which is often translated as meditation? Do you know what bhavana is, Prakash?
I really don't know the meaning of bhavana.
Because this is the word that is usually translated as meditation. Actually, the Buddha didn't teach meditation, but he taught about bhavana. Bhavana means the development of understanding. So what we're talking about now, when we're talking about seeing and hearing and different realities, is about the development of bhavana, the development of understanding of what is true at this moment. But people think of bhavana as going and following a practice, practicing to understand. But this is not what bhavana is. It has to be the understanding now.
There's a word bhavana in Hindi also, which is very loaded. So I think
It's very loaded in every
yeah,
language,
yeah. No,
also in
that's
Thai as well.
that's with Hindu tradition also. So it's different.
So this is why we have to look at really what it means. It means now, understanding now. Without understanding, there cannot be any bhavana. And as soon as there's an idea of practicing, following a practice, people think of pati as practicing, going to practice and then considering or reading or listening later. But bhavana is about the development of understanding from the very beginning, not about practicing, because this is bound to be with the idea of I doing something.
But
So
even the word practice outside even for someone who is not heard the Dhamma or just come into the Dhamma new, I mean, immediately they think about practice as something to do. So
exactly.
right. So
That's
that's
why.
another problem. Yeah.
So practicing is not, bhavana is not practicing. It's not doing anything, because when you mention Prakash about, well, what about the noting? This is still an idea of practicing, making notes, catching what is experienced at this moment. This is not bhavana, the development of understanding, very naturally anatta, no one doing anything. Perhaps Advait has any topic he would like to bring up today.
Yeah, I would love to bring up, and I am in the travel, so I don't know if I may not lose the range immediately. But that's what it is for a beginner. It's very difficult to understand that nothing has to be done. It is just so actually because right from childhood we have been trained that something has to be done, right? But when it comes to the right understanding and bhavana, that nothing has to be done. Just let the right conditions play their role, and then right understanding will arise. So then what has to be done basically? So that is little confusing.
The thing is, Advait, that every word that the Buddha utters refer to some kind of reality. So even bhavana must be some kind of reality. It's all different functions of different realities that the Buddha talked about and taught us to
Yeah.
understand. So I think that's key. When the understanding is firm enough that at each moment there's just realities and not us. So even when we hear the word bhavana, we know that it must refer to a particular reality, which is there or not. When it's there, only then there is real that what we mean and understand by bhavana, the development of understanding. So what is bhavana? It is a moment of understanding, direct understanding.
Yeah.
And Advait, if there is no thinking about I must do something, or I must practice, or I must make a note, is there any I must do something? If there is no thinking about I must do something.
Yeah, even if there is no explicit thinking about I must do something, that is there in the background that what has to be done, how to progress with bhavana or how to progress with the understanding, that is always there.
Yeah, and
Thinking.
knowing this is
It's
very
still
important.
thinking.
It's still what you're saying, Albert, is that even if we are convinced logically that there's nothing to do, still there's the idea of self behind it, and it takes charge of the situation again and again.
Yeah.
It's still, even when it just seems like it's in the background, it's still thinking about I. thinking about what I must do, thinking about how I must take charge or make note. If there's no thinking now, for example, moment of seeing, is there anyone that takes charge? At a moment of hearing, is there anyone who takes charge? Or just at the moment of thinking, I must take charge?
Yeah. Actually, there is no one.
There's no one. But without understanding about different dhammas now arising and falling away, seeing now, hearing now, thinking now, then there can be no understanding that there's no I, because for sure there will be the idea that I can think, I can see, I can take charge.
Yeah.
I'm sure Ajahn will be glad to talk to you today as well. Advised, Ajahn?
Okay. Is there now?
Yes.
What is it?
There is hearing.
What is it? What is hearing?
Hearing is sound. Hearing sound. It's a nama
Sound.
dhamma.
Yeah, sound is sound. Can it experience?
Yeah.
Can sound experience anything?
No, that's a rupa dhamma.
And what experience sound?
The chitta.
What is it?
Hearing.
What is hearing?
Hearing is a chitta nama dhamma which arises to experience the object.
Is that the word or the reality of citta? The reality which arises to experience an object. And it is the chief of experiencing the object. Because citta cannot arise alone, there must be conditions to condition it to arise. And the condition, which condition citta arise, is the reality which also experience the object. So they arise together, experience the same object, and each one condition the other to arise. That's why there are two kinds of namadhamma, the reality which experience the object. The one who is the chief of experiencing the object so clear is citta, only one. No other reality which arises and experience the object cannot perform that function at all. It's only one reality which experiences the object as the chief. What does it mean? There must be other mental factors, nama, dhamma, arising together. But the other nama cannot be the chief. It cannot experience the object clearly as that one, citta. That's why there are two words, citta and cetasikas.
Yeah.
Both of them experience the object, and nothing can arise alone. So at moment of seeing, there must be the cetasikas arising together with seeing.
Yeah.
Seeing cannot arise without cetasika, and cetasika cannot arise without the citta. So now, is there anyone?
No.
What is there?
Yes. Dhammas, chittas, cetasikas arising.
There are so many different citta and cetasikas. What is there now?
Now there is hearing, then there is attention, there is
Same moment.
ekagrata.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can seeing and hearing arise together
No.
right now?
They,
Seeing sees and hearing hears. They cannot arise together. So in a day, where am I? In a day.
Yeah. There are only moments of this chitta and chetasikas arising and passing away,
No
which
I.
one interprets as I.
Yeah. And what does it mean by the word meditation or meditate or meditation center?
It, yeah, it may mean different for different people. For me, it means a Vipassana center where you go and observe your breath and your sensations. Try to remain equanimous
So what
with the
does one,
experiences.
yeah, what does one do at the meditation center? Not daily life or daily life.
So, yeah, practice anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Everywhere, right? No need to go to some place
Yeah,
at all to know it. Even right now, is it anicca,
yeah,
dukkha,
yeah.
anatta? Is that which
Yes,
is seen anicca, dukkha, anatta?
yeah,
Is sound also anicca, dukkha, anatta?
yes,
That's why all dhammas are anatta. It's not just thinking, considering, but the truth can be realized too. Because now there is seeing for sure, hearing, not the same moment. Each one is different by conditions, so they cannot arise together. In a moment, like seeing and hearing cannot
yeah,
arise together. So, what are there in life? Can it be known?
yes,
If there's no understanding, it is taken for I again and something again, atta again, all in one's life. That's why learn to understand the nature of each reality as it is, as not atta. So, is there any question?
yeah. Yeah, so if one goes to a meditation retreat and one
Okay, please,
also,
just little by little. If one goes to meditation center, what does it mean?
yeah,
There must be a meditation center, right?
yeah, yeah,
So, what is the point to go there?
yeah. It may create right matlab, conducive environment and conditions for practice.
Can the place make clear of anything?
Yeah, so
No, not at all. The place cannot make clear. It's
no,
rupa. See?
yeah, yeah.
So, what is it?
It is a anatta dhamma.
The meditation center is the place to go to meditate, isn't it?
Yeah,
So, what does it mean by meditate? Is there any understanding or
yeah.
just meditate on an object?
Meditate on
I
an
read you
object.
used the word observe before, that you go to observe. So meditate, observe. What do you mean?
Yeah, so uh, there is a notion that in the meditation center, environment is conducive to observe the realities because there are less distractions.
What do you mean by observe? What is this observe? And what is observed?
Service to become aware of the realities as it is.
So you're talking about awareness, awareness arising to know
Yeah,
realities.
yeah, that the conditions there are more conducive for awareness and right understanding to arise.
So you're saying that what we're talking about and encouraging and the arising of means the understanding and awareness, which may not be now, but it is what the Buddha taught for us to develop. And the same thing happens at the meditation center, right? Could happen at the meditation
Yeah,
center. In fact, you're saying it's
correct.
more, it's even better,
Yeah,
and a better environment than here and now, right?
maybe, yeah.
It's
That's
more
what
conducive.
has
You,
been
you
the
said more conducive, yeah.
notion.
And I
Correct,
can
correct.
ask you,
Yeah,
what is a meditation center? It's just a rupa, no?
yeah, yeah.
So how is that conducive? How is it conducive?
Yeah, because the usual notion is there are no mobile phones. We don't talk unnecessarily. So the subtler realities may become more clearer if we close eyes and observe.
You mean to say that while using mobile phone, you cannot know attachment now even?
So it may be difficult for a beginner.
Okay, I'll let Tanachan help. Please, Tanachan.
Yes, just before Ajahn speaks, I'd like on your comment about when there are no distractions, we can focus more on realities and observe them.
Yeah,
Can realities be observed by choosing to focus on them? Because the reason I ask that is that if they don't appear now, if sound doesn't appear as just sound, for example, then how can it be focused on?
yeah, exactly.
What
That
what
is
what
the
do you focus if you decide you're focusing on sound, which you probably don't at a meditation center, but what would you be focusing on? Just the idea of what is being said,
yeah,
which is not sound. But even
yeah,
if we're talking about mental states, for example, if there's agitation, for example, in the meditation center and one focuses on it, what one is attending to is already passed and fallen away, actually.
yeah. I agree with that, but one more doubt I have. You see, as a householder in real life, one is distracted, one may break Shila by telling lies or by
Yes.
so but when one is in meditation center, the chance of telling lies or hurting anyone is less. So aren't those better conditions for right understanding to arise?
Well, that depends. If you think that right understanding is more likely to arise when there's more kusala generally, that would be so, but that's not the Buddha's teaching at all. What he said was that there has to be understanding of any and every reality, any reality that's arising and appearing. So
Yeah,
if there is in ordinary household life, if there is,
yeah,
suppose there is more anger, for example, or irritation, or harsh speech, or whatever, that can be, there's no reason why that can't be the object of any awareness and understanding that arises.
yeah,
And I bet between being in a place where there are no conditions for lying, for example,
mm,
no conditions at all. So there's no, maybe you go there for 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, uh, 30, 40 days and not lie at all. Between this and there's a chance to lie now, but understanding the lying and restraining from lying, which is better? The restraining from lying or just no conditions for lying, hence no lying?
yeah, correct. So lying, refraining from lying with right understanding is better.
Right.
Yeah,
That's the
Yeah, but
path.
yeah.
not that there can be necessarily be
So
more right understanding, but the point is this, that uh, the uh, the understanding can be of any reality. It doesn't matter whether it's a wholesome or an unwholesome mental state, or whether it's a rupa or a nama. because the development of the path is about seeing the true nature of life at this moment, which means the conditioned realities that are taken for this moment. If the aim was to develop more kusala generally, then the situation might be a little bit different, but it still wouldn't support the idea of retreating to a place where there is a guided meditation.
And
Because
besides, John, I
Mm,
mean, just not lying, not stealing doesn't mean there's no kusla.
of
So,
course,
and
yeah.
usually there's the akusla which mistakes what is unwholesome for wholesome, and that happens a lot with people who are in a good situation and everything's fine. Still, they take attachment for sati, for example, for being mindful.
So it comes back, Advait, to the mind state that if one has the idea in the first place that if there's more, if the mental state is more kusal, if there's more calmness, then there's more likely to be awareness and understanding. Then of course that's how you won't be open to the idea of awareness and understanding in normal daily life, because you'll always think that there needs to be a change in the situation first. But if you put that aside and think about that the awareness and understanding taught by the Buddha is of any reality at any time, regardless of the circumstances and situation, then one begins to appreciate the reason why it is wrong to try and set up special situation.
Yeah, I am. Thank you for the clarification. But one doubt, like when we speak to other people, they say that Buddha and Sariputta also used to meditate. They used to take out time to meditate, close their eyes and sit. Then why don't you sit?
Well, we have to ask what they were doing when they were closing their eyes and sitting. In the Buddha's case, he was entering into a special state that is only open to people who've attained enlightenment. And he was resting the body because the Buddha need bodily rest, the same as everyone else.
Yeah.
But rather than look at what the Buddha did, what about considering what he said in his teaching to other people?
Yeah.
It's a fallacy, actually, to look at how the Buddha lived his life and say, oh, this means that meditation is necessary in order to gain enlightenment.
Yeah, correct.
I mean, that was the daily life of the Buddha and Sariputta and his those other disciples of his who had accumulations for jhana, for example. They would also sit because that's their daily life. That's them, their accumulations. It is not ours. So what they did is not something we have to, copy. We have to understand our life as it is. I mean, if it was natural for you to sit and develop jhana to reach jhana, then that's your daily life. Nobody's going to question that. But the point is that no matter who, whatever their accumulations are, whatever their situation, that whether they be a layperson or a monk or a bhikkhuni, the point is to understand the realities of their daily life as it is.
Yeah. So it is not that if one closes eyes and sits, there's more likely that he will develop understanding.
I mean, you can try that now by closing your eyes. Any more understanding?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's the difference is the idea of focusing. If you close your eyes, it's more conducive to focusing on a selected object. But that is not the natural arising of awareness and understanding, which chooses the object, not us.
And it's not just no understanding, it's actually a moment of wrong understanding, which is now trying to catch realities, trying to understand that self.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, another.
Yes, Alberto, come in.
Yeah, I was thinking another reason why Ajahn always questions meditators and meditation center, and it's because she's asking. Sometimes she's asked, "Is it the Buddha's teaching? Did the Buddha taught to go to do meditations?" So that's the question I would ask uh, to meditators.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Anybody?
think we covered that point earlier. Advait said, well, the Buddha sat in meditation, and I made the comment, yes, but did he teach other people to do that as part of the development of understanding? Of course, he taught to people who were, if you like, practicing meditation, if you want to use that terminology for someone who's sitting. But
Yeah,
he
the point
taught
is,
those people the development of understanding. Yes, Alberto.
is there any sutta, for example, in which the Buddha says to lay people to go to do meditation? Because we are talking about the teachings of the Buddha, right?
Yeah, but in stories, it was told that there were 49 days of meditation courses during times of Buddha, and he conducted some thousands of people used to participate in the courses.
Wow, where did you hear that? I'm hearing that for the first time.
Okay.
That's a new one.
Okay.
Do you know the sutta? Do you know the name of the sutta or something like that?
No. I'll have to check that.
Yeah, but because there is no sutta in which the Buddha says to lay people come and meditate. Come to the monastery and meditate. Never
Or
possible.
even
Yeah.
to monks, it's only those monks who did meditate, not those who didn't. Those who were developing samatha.
So another question here, that in samadhi, sila samadhi pragya they say in the eightfold noble path. In samadhi he says right concentration, right? Then what he means by right concentration?
Advait, we have to come back to this moment again. So, for example, you brought up many points like trying to be equanimous. If there's trying to concentrate now, trying to have right concentration, trying to be equanimous, trying to be aware, what is the reality at these moments of trying?
Yeah, actually it is strengthening the self, atta.
Clinging to the self, clinging to I, having right concentration, sila, samadhi, panya, I being equanimous, I having awareness. So what we think of as the right path is actually the wrong path, because it's all about clinging to self, strengthening the self, trying harder and harder to be equanimous, spending more and more time with closed eyes and no phone, thinking the more the better, not just 7 days, but 49 days or 100 days or whole life. But it's all just clinging, trying to get the understanding, the awareness, the concentration, the equanimity for oneself, not understanding what is concentration even now at each moment in life. So equanimity arises now at moments of kindness, moments of consideration, like when looking after your patients. But those moments is equanimity whenever kusala arises. But as soon as it's trying to have equanimity, trying to have right concentration, it's the wrong path. It's clinging again and again. And when you say you go there to practice anicca, dukkha, and anatta, what does it mean? if there's no understanding of Dhamma, how can there be any understanding of the impermanence of Dhamma, or the unsatisfactoriness of Dhamma, or the anatta-ness of seeing right now at this moment? So just go and practice anicca or practice anatta without understanding what seeing is at this moment. Again, is just clinging to a pipe dream, following a wrong path, clinging more and more to self. So this is why there has to be the understanding of what is Dhamma now. Otherwise, there can never be any understanding of what it means to be impermanent. If there's no understanding of seeing, how can there be the understanding of seeing, which is impermanent, or hardness that is touch, that is impermanent, or hardness now that is anatta, not something. So it's just clinging to ideas and clinging to oneself, but not understanding anything about the truth of what is real now, is taught by the Buddha. And as there's not much time left, let's see if Ajahn, I'm sure, would like to add more. Ajahn?
The word of the Buddha should be reminded. What did he say? All dhammas are anatta. Is there enough understanding of dhammas or anatta? So there is seeing right now. Is it dhamma?
Yes.
Is it anatta?
Yes.
Can it be realized?
Yes.
No matter seeing now or seeing there or seeing at the school or whatever, even going to the meditation center, try to develop the understanding of it. What about right now? Do we have to wait?
No.
No. So they thought about going somewhere to have right understanding by such and such. Is that right or wrong?
It's wrong.
It's wrong, isn't it?
Yes.
Shall anyone follow it?
Yeah. Because
No. So right understanding of the truth of all dhammas are anatta. Seeing now can be realized, or hearing of any moment can be realized by conditions, by understanding the words of the teaching, which is the Four Noble Truths, 3 rounds. The first round has no doubt about the subtlety of reality. See, seeing now has arisen and gone. Who knows? But the truth of not just only seeing any conditioned reality is conditioned to arise and then gone instantly as soon as it has arisen. Hearing, seeing anything. So no need to go anywhere at all. Otherwise, what condition the thought of going somewhere to do something? It's not anatta, right? It's atta.
yeah.
That's why consider the words of the Buddha that is so very subtle. Even seeing and that which is seen is not known as they are different right now. Is that right?
Yes.
So what is seen is not a seeing, can be known right now. Not delay or go somewhere to know it. Just consider any moment and remember it by conditioned. No matter one wants so much, one tries so hard to experience it. It depends on condition, whether the condition is enough to understand the seeing or the visible object which is seen. Who knows? Who can do? Or by instant condition. That's why having firm confidence of realities as all dhammas are anatta, and there must be conditioned, the proper conditions for whatever arises, even right now, to hear the teaching of the Buddha, to come together, to consider the truth in all aspects, to let go wrong understanding, because only right understanding can let go wrong understanding. Anyone who think of going
Yeah.
somewhere to understand the truth. It's wrong because it depends on understanding of each word of truth right now from the very beginning. And did Sariputta know what moment he would realize the truth? Impossible. No one can know at all because dhammas are so very subtle. What would be next moment? Unknown. So can it be a moment of enlightenment when there are enough conditions? So all depends on conditions. And without hearing again, considering again about what is there right now, little by little, then can never be moment of realizing the truth. Just what is there to be aware of is by condition. No one can make awareness arise. No one can make right understanding of seeing arise now at all. All depends on conditions. That's why we learn more about condition too. Just whatever is there, the Buddha taught about the truth. So in life, the best
Yes.
moment is listening to the word of truth respectfully. That is so true. Seeing now has a reason to see. That's why Buddha said, just know or understand that which has arisen now. Is it true?
Yes.
That's why when right understanding develops by conditions, it can be a moment of understanding what is there right now because it has a reason right now. Is there any question about Dhamma? Dhamma is Dhamma, Anatta. Seeing here is the same as seeing what you take from meditation center or here and there, dog or cat. Seeing is seeing, just seeing. That
Yeah.
is Dhamma. What is not Dhamma and what is Dhamma? What is rare is Dhamma.
Yeah.
And all Dhammas are Anatta for sure. That's why we learn to understand different Dhammas in life. Wrong understanding is a reality. Right understanding is a reality. And there are the moment of saddha, the moment of sati, the moment of whatever we take the word for what is there, but just in word, but not about the truth of reality. Without word is there. For example, what is seen now? No word. But without the word, how can one knows whether what one meant about
Yeah.
seeing or that which is seen? So now, what is the difference between seeing and that which is seen? They seeing right now. If there's no understanding, a little more understanding, it's useless no matter where. So, what is the difference between the seeing right now and that which is seen right now? To be conditioned to attend to the nature of seeing and the nature of that which is seen, little by little. When they're conditioned to consider it, what is the difference between the seeing and that which is seen?
Yeah. That is something to be experienced.
What is that? Seeing or that which is seen?
The seeing is chitta,
The
and the
word.
what which is seeing is rupa.
Anyone can copy the word, right? Can say.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah. Yeah.
a
Yeah.
child, yeah. Just the word. Seeing is chitta. But what is it now? What is
Yeah.
chitta? That says, not I see as before. So very deep, very subtle, without attention to to the reality which experiences what is there appearing. There's no way
Yeah.
to let go the idea of I see.
Mm.
And do you see, Kun Sarah?
Do you see?
Yeah. Do you see, Kun Sarah?
Do you see Sarah? Ajahn is asking.
Yeah, that's an idea, right? I just light and Sarah is an idea.
So different visible object or colors cannot
Yeah.
be Sarah at all.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
So at this moment or any moment, it can be moment of realizing that which is seen as
Yeah.
no atta, not anyone at all.
Yeah.
So Sarah is in darkness, right? Because what is seen is not Sarah.
Yeah.
What is meant by in darkness, see?
Uh-huh.
No, no Sarah without thinking at all.
Yeah.
No one learn to understand deeper and more subtle about the truth of all dhammas, which are anatta. And so now it's time. Swadika, everyone.
ครับกราบเท้าท่านอาจารย์
Yeah.
สวัสดีครับ
Swadika.
Thank you everyone.
Swadika.
สวัส
Thank
ดี
you
ครับ
very
ท่าน
much.
อาจารย์สวัสดีครับ
Thank
Thanks everybody
สวัสดีครับท่านอาจารย์
Ajahn, thank you, Ajahn, and
Thank you very much.
everyone.